We're once again looking at our class survey data file, and this time we want to learn about correlation and regression. So the first thing we might want to do is take a look at a scatter plot, which is a graph. So we'll click on Graph and then Scatter Plot, and we're just going to do a simple scatter plot for now. And I'm going to try to use height to predict shoe size. So shoe size would be my y variable or my response variable, and height would be the x. And I'll click OK. And here's my scatter plot of height versus shoe size. The next thing we might want to do is to calculate the correlation coefficient. So we're going to click on Statistics and Correlation. And here we're going to put height and shoe size, and the Pearson correlation coefficient is the one we want to calculate, so we're going to click OK. And our Pearson correlation coefficient here is 0.768198, which is a pretty good correlation coefficient. Remember, these values are going to range from -1 to +1. Closer to +1 gives you a positive correlation. Negative values say there's a negative relationship between the two variables. And close to 0 is not much linear correlation. Okay, so next we might want to do some regression analysis. So now we're going to click on Statistics, and we're going to do simple regression. Again, our response variable is shoe size, and our predictor is height, and we want a linear model. All of the homework problems ask for linear models, so we won't change that. If we click on Options, we don't have to display confidence intervals right now. We haven't talked about that yet. For our residual plots, we're going to choose residual versus variables, and what we want is the residual versus the explanatory variable. The variable we're using to explain the change in shoe size is height, so we'll put that there and click OK. Now you're going to see lots of analysis, not all of which we've talked about, but here's the R² value. So about 59% of the variation in shoe size can be explained by height, which is pretty good. If we scroll down, we see our regression equation. The shoe size is -14.1104 plus 0.350863 times height. And then there's some more analysis. And if we scroll down some more, we'll see the fitted line plot and the residuals versus height. And response is the shoe. And for the residual plot, what you really want to see is random data. We don't want to see a pattern here. So this is an appropriate residual plot. Again, we might decide we want to change the title on our graph, and we perfectly can do that just by double-clicking and typing what we want it to be. Height versus shoe size. And then if we want to insert these graphs into our Word document, we would just click to select it, and then right-click to copy, and then when you're in Word you can paste it. And you should be able to resize it in Word as well. So those are all the things you need to do to complete the lab this week: scatter plots, correlation coefficient, and the regression with residual plots. I hope that helps and that you have a great day.